Yuki, a student in Tokyo, boarded the last bus home after her late shift. It was strangely empty for a busy route, with only a few passengers scattered about. The driver, an older man, stared blankly ahead, his hands gripping the wheel tight. As the bus rolled through the streets, something felt off. The usual city lights blurred into shadows, and the quiet felt unnerving. The landmarks outside grew unfamiliar, replaced by twisted alleys and buildings Yuki had never seen. She tried to distract herself, glancing at the other passengers, an elderly woman muttering prayers, a sweating businessman with a pale face, and a young girl clutching a tattered doll. But no one spoke. No one acknowledged her. Yuki stood up and approached the driver. "Excuse me," she asked. "I think you missed a turn." The driver's voice was cold as he snapped, "Sit down." His eyes met hers in the rearview mirror, and she swore they glowed red. Panicked, she returned to her seat, trying to speak to the others, but no one responded. The bus finally stopped in the middle of an empty street. The driver stood up slowly, his voice echoing unnaturally as he said, "This is the final stop." The passengers rose in eerie unison, their faces twisting into grotesque, hollow shapes. The little girl turned toward Yuki, her doll's head twisting unnaturally as a sinister grin spread across her face. Heart racing, Yuki rushed for the door, but it wouldn't open. The driver loomed over her, his features melting into something monstrous. "You can't leave," he growled. "You're one of us now." In desperation, Yuki smashed a window and jumped out, landing hard on the cold pavement. She ran, her breath heavy, the sound of chilling, inhuman laughter echoing behind her. When she finally stopped, breathless, she found herself back in her own neighborhood. The bus was gone. She convinced herself it had been a nightmare until she reached into her bag and found the doll, its head twisted unnaturally. Thank you for joining us for The Midnight Bus to Nowhere. If you enjoyed this unsettling tale, subscribe to our channel for more stories that blur the line between reality and nightmare.